Peace, love, and light to the family. This is Darius Corbin reporting live. Peace, love, and prosperity to the family. This is Darius Corbin reporting live. First and foremost, family, it's always a pleasure to see each and every one of y'all. I'm glad y'all chose to rock with me today. I know I usually hit y'all on Soul Food Sundays, but today, this is going to be Make It Happen Mondays. It's always good to see each and every one of y'all. Every time you see me behind this camera, best believe I'm about to drop a jewel for you. Because there's a lot of our family, a lot of us out there going through these dark times, these dark trials. Some of my people out there going through them sometimes feel like they are all alone by themselves. Nobody they can turn to because they don't want anybody in their business. They don't want anybody going talking about them. You know how our family be. But I want you to know this before I continue. Through the depression, through the dark times, through the pains, through the times where you feel like you're just dealing with this all by yourself, let me tell you that God is with you. Once you realize where God is located, you know you ain't have to look far at all to find the answer. And once you find the answer, my beautiful family, you will finally realize that you, not that person, not this person, but you have been the answer to your problems the whole time. Once again, I want to thank y'all for rocking with me. Now listen, I'm not going to tarry too long, but listen. A lot of you have heard me, whether through my YouTube channel or on here, say that there is no truth until you decide what truth is. I'm going to add on to that this evening. There is no truth until you decide what truth is. But once you get that truth, once you discover that truth, will you be able to handle that truth? And furthermore, once you discover that truth, will you be able to say that truth set you free? Now, y'all know that I am a student of metaphysics. We teach mind science, spiritual science. So when a lot of people talk about Christ 2,000 years ago, what he presented to the people was mind science. Those who talk about Paul in the Bible, he taught mind science. So what do you teach, Corbin? That's funny you ask. I just so happen to teach mind science and how through the power and the controlling of that power of our thoughts, how controlling our thoughts on a daily basis, controlling our mind thoughts, controlling what comes out of our mouth, how that can align us to God's greatness. Because a lot of people know that we are children of God. But since you know that we are children of God, then you know that we are also heirs to all the goodness and greatness that God has already bestowed upon us before we came into this planet. You just got to wake up and realize that, hey, I am great. I come from God, omniscience, omnipotence, all powerful. Know that your greatness is within you and watch the results. Now, I'm not going to tarry on too long, like I said, because I got something to read. Now, how many of you guys have heard me talk about affirmations or affirming? If I got time after this, we'll talk a little bit more about affirming and denials, because a lot of people know about affirmations. But before you can affirm any good in your life, you must first deny everything that has been a hindrance to your life. Poverty, failure, depression, sickness. These are all sins, and they are all things that are a hindrance to your success and the reward that God has already bestowed upon you before birth. So before you worry about affirming anything, you must first, like a cobweb, and you with that broom, sweep up all of the negative stuff that has been a hindrance in your life. Now, back to that truth. I'm going to drop some truth for you today. And by the end of the video, it's going to be up to you to decide whether the truth that I have dropped is something that you can pick up and carry with you, or something that you just put in the trash bin. But remember, folks, before I go in, and I'm about to go in, there is no truth until you decide what your truth is. Are you ready? I thank you for your patience as always, beautiful family. Listen. Listen. First of all, I want you to understand that your life consists only of that which is in your mind. Your world also is really nothing more than a reflection of your own mind and what is in your own mind. Now, for my Orthodox theologians, my Orthodox Christians, what I'm about to read to you and the people may seem alien, but you have to understand, for the most of you, what you have been teaching the people, the congregation, the churches, is only the crust. When it comes to this esoteric teaching of what Christ is and who you are and your relation to God, 95% of you haven't even got deep into the flavor of the pie, let alone outside the crust. So as I continue to read this, for my people who've been looking for a spiritual answer, listen carefully. You're about to get it. Let's go. Let me repeat this. Reread it again. First of all, I want you to understand that your life consists only of that which is in your mind. Your world also is really nothing more than a reflection of your own mind and what is in your own mind. It is because of this that two people in precisely the same circumstances will each find life and the world very different. One will see in life great joy and much cause for thankfulness, and the other may experience only unhappiness and disappointment. How many of y'all know people like that? Y'all could be in the same house, you can have joy, you can be this blissful. Another person in the house, grumpy, angry. We know people like that. Let's keep on going. The difference is not in circumstances, but in the mind. The mind is the real thing. Listen. The mind is the real thing. The world is transient, and I need you to listen, I got some homework for you. Transient, that's Transient. Look that word up later on. The difference is not in circumstances, but in the mind. The mind is the real thing. The world is transient and fleeting, and has, philosophically speaking, no real existence, but mind endures. Let's keep on reading. The natural or mortal mind view of life and the world is almost always the exact opposite of what is the real spiritual truth and fact. Metaphysics tells us that the visible world, this world we're living in, the visible world, the physical world, the world of matter, everything we see here. Metaphysics tells us that the visible world is an inverted reflection of the real. If then it is inverted, it is natural until our spiritual or inner eyes are open to the truth, for us to see things as the exact opposite of what they really are. Therefore, it is not surprising to find that whereas the mortal or animal mind, because until you realize the spiritual purpose of you, you are operating on an animal instinct. Everything you do, eat, wake up, work, sex, all on animal mode. Let me go back to that. Therefore, it is not surprising to find that whereas the mortal or animal mind of the senses thinks the world is the real thing and the mind only a shadow, the real truth, remember, we're talking about truth, will it set you free? The real truth is that the mind and spirit are real and eternal, and the visible world but a transient, that word again, transient, transient, and impermanent thing which has no actual reality. And for those that did not hear me, I know I'm on 10 minutes. I don't have too much longer. I want to read this again. The real truth is that the mind and spirit are real and eternal, and the visible world but a transient and impermanent thing which has no actual reality. Such being the case, then, the only thing that really matters is what is in the mind or what is not in the mind. If we have a belief in evil and thoughts of evil in our mind, then we have evil in our life. If, however, we cast the thought of and belief in evil out of the mind, then it will cease to appear in our life. I'm almost done, folks. By raising ourselves above the sensuous life and realizing our permanent world of mind, and there denying, remember we talked about denying earlier, by raising ourselves above the sensuous or animal life or the mortal life, by raising our sensuous life above that and realizing our permanent world of mind, and there denying evil, poverty, failure, pain, sickness, unhappiness. These are all sins, believe it or not. Or whatever our trouble may be, we kill the thought which is the cause of all our troubles. Then whatever we affirm will take their place. If we deny evil, then we follow by affirming good. If we deny sickness, then we affirm prosperity and affluence. That's AFFLUENCE. By denials, we can take out all the evil care, fear, and worry out of our lives and build up in the place by means of affirmations, perfect good, success, affluence, happiness, health, love, peace, and courage. Oh, that all sounds good to me. Listen, I'm almost done. Everything being in the mind, then everything that is taken out of the mind is taken out of the life, and everything that is put into the mind comes into the life. Thus, it is possible with mathematical accuracy and certainty to recreate the life, to cast out all the undesirable, and to build up in its place only the beautiful, the good, and the true. And to finish it up, listen, this is for you. Life is what we like to make it. We can make it like heaven itself, full to the brim, with all that is good and beautiful, or we could turn it into a perfect hell. Therefore, do not accept the suggestions of those who have failed in life. Proceed to call it hard names. We can make life a continual joy if we create a heaven within us by the quality of our thinking and mental processes. All that we see in life, all that we experience, even life itself is but the outward expression of the life within. The life within is built up by our thinking. You will have seen by this time the purpose and values of affirmations. Family, I'm going to keep on saying it as long as I'm on this planet and a messenger of Christ. God is within you. Your thoughts is going to give you a great day or going to give you a bad day. Your thoughts are going to give you a great life or a bad life. Romans 12, remember that. Romans 12:2, do not conform. I want you to also look up the word conform. It says do not conform to this world. Why? Because it's a temporary world. Spiritual world is where it's at. I love you all, family. Till next time, peace.